Being a gamer can be hard because we want to play as many games as we possibly can, but so many of us, our friends aren't gamers, our significant others, spouses aren't gamers, so it can be very difficult for us to find people to play games with. So today, we're going to give you our top 10 games to play with non-gamers. Howdy y'all, welcome to Travel the Board. I'm Corey and I'm a gamer.
I'm Lauren. I'm not a gamer.
Me and my wife have played plenty of games together, and we decided to get together on this one and give you the top 10 games that you can play with people like her. So she's going to give you probably her just 10 favorite games, I'd imagine. Probably. And I'm going to give you 10 games that I think I can play with not only her, but other non-gamers. Let's get into it. All right, so this is an interesting one because it's like, how did we make our list this time? For me, there's an easy cop-out here when it comes to playing with non-gamers. I could just put 10 cooperative games on here and just be like, boom, you can play cooperative games with non-gamers. Have fun. I think my list has 2.5 cooperative games on it. I purposefully tried to keep it lower. I think I have 2 cooperative games and 1 team game.
Okay.
So I tried to not just go full 10, here's 10 cooperative games, because that's, I mean, you could easily just cop out and say that, but I didn't do that.
You know how I picked my games?
Your 10 favorite? No,
but it was also 10 games that I played, obviously. It is 10 games that didn't make my brain hurt. And I'm pretty sure I have beat you in some of these games, which is very few and far between, but I know some of these games I beat you, so it's like top 10.
Okay, that makes sense. I also tried to make sure that, like, obviously you're my guinea pig in this, but I've also played with other non-gamers.
Yeah.
So, like, I tried to make sure that it's something that I feel like I could play with most people, not just you. Like,
Okay.
I could play this with other non-gamers.
Okay.
So, all right, let's get into it. Your number 10.
Okay, my number 10 is Sky Team. So, we played the... I'm like, why are you looking at it so intently? You know what it is. Sky Team.
That was impressive.
Okay, so we played this at a cabin in Pigeon Forge on just like a weekend getaway, and it was actually gifts, and you're like, hey, I want to bring this. Yeah. So we played it, and the reason I like this is the theme is cool. However, it wasn't too hard, but it wasn't like a kid's game either.
Right.
So I liked it, and it's number 10. It's last because you can make it harder, and we tried it once, and I'm like, yeah, no, I want base play only.
No. We played like one level up.
Yeah.
Like we played the base, then we played one level up, and we still beat it, but it was definitely harder.
Yeah.
Me and Scott tried max difficulty.
And?
We played it twice, we beat it once, we lost once.
Okay.
Yeah. Me and Scott have had fun with this one. Scott really loves this game. I like it too. It's one of my favorite cooperative games. This one definitely fits the list very well. I mean, obviously, so get into the more of the gamer talk real quick. So like obviously we've got one of the best Spiel winners here. It won it 2 years ago. So I mean, this one is like it's becoming a staple, especially amongst, I would call them couple games. Like we may do that at some point, couples games, not just non-gamer games. But this is definitely one of the better 2-player games out right now. So it absolutely belongs right here. So
Number 10.
He's a good first pick. Sky Team.
I didn't know.
Okay, so my number 10. So it's no secret that my favorite game of all time is Wingspan. And I do believe Wingspan can be played with non-gamers. I have played Wingspan with non-gamers before, and it has gone well. And for the gamers out there, you're probably going to find this a little bit of a crazy statement. Wingspan is just the slightest bit too heavy, I believe. So I decided to go with the newer, and in my opinion, lighter Finspan. Finspan gives me all of the love that I have of Wingspan, but in a quicker, easier, simpler version. Finspan, I think it also appeals to more people. I don't really know why. I guess maybe because like fishing is an activity or something. I don't know, but I feel like people like gravitate more towards the fish than the birds. I feel like they do. And I feel like this one also makes a lot more sense thematically, because like with Wingspan, you're just kind of going left to right in all the different biomes.
Yeah.
In this one, you're diving down deep into the ocean, each of the different columns. So like I think the diving aspect, I think the fact that your hands are public knowledge makes it easier. And I think this one has a whole lot more abilities that are everyone gets a benefit. Everyone gets to do a thing. You're never like short on resources. It's more just, ooh, where do I want these resources? Whereas in Wingspan, you can spend multiple turns going, I just need an egg. I need one egg. I don't want to spend a whole turn getting an egg. Whereas in this game, on my turn, you could earn an egg.
Yeah.
You can in Wingspan, but it's a lot easier in Finspan. So I think for a non-gamer, I think Finspan fits more. If you're playing with an introductory gamer or someone further up, then you want to go into Wingspan, Wormspan, things like that.
Well, I'm smiling and kind of giggling because me and you played this not too long ago, and we got into a little argument because I couldn't remember the rules. I couldn't remember when I could go down. I couldn't remember what did what, and you explained it to me every single time, and I understand by the last time you're like, oh my lord, get it in your head. So, I've played it, but for a non-gamer, it might be a little... for me,
no, hold on. For you,
like, okay.
Because I'm gonna break this little piece of nugget of information out for them. You have selective gaming, but yeah.
What's that mean?
Because I don't think it was the rules in this one for you.
Okay.
I have played games with you that, in my opinion, are gamer games, and you've understood it perfectly.
Okay.
Absolutely no issue. But for some reason, every time we played Ticket to Ride, well, the easiest game that's ever been made, I had explained the rules to Ticket to Ride to you more times than this. So I think for you, it's not that this was like a difficult game.
Okay.
It's that you were just like, you know that one? Nah. Rules.
Well, I think what happened too was I didn't understand it, and we're in like round whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, he got a little frustrated, which again, I get, because like, dude, I just told you what I said, and then it made me nervous because I'm like, I don't remember what he said. And then it was the next round, and I was like, what do I do here? And you're like, I just told you 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. It wasn't that
So
I wasn't
you're saying
listening.
you don't think this is a good one?
Maybe for other people, my brain just did not compute that.
Okay.
But maybe.
Okay.
I love the theme. It's beautiful.
Okay. Moving on.
My number 9. I'm gonna make sure it's up right. Welcome to. This was like one of the very first games, like right when you first got into gaming. You were like, hey, I think you're gonna love this. And I was like, what do you mean by that concept? Like, we're building subdivisions. And I'm like, no thanks. And we played it for the first time. And I didn't beat you the first time, but I think I did like the second or third time. Like, it was really quickly. And we played like multiple times the first time we played it. Learning where to put your swimming pools.
The swimming pools is by far my favorite part. I love doing the swimming pools.
Your little like fences and like then your little like blocks and stuff. Like, I really like this game. And we have like, this box is super heavy because we have like all the expansions.
Every expansion. And
we've played the Welcome to Mars?
Welcome to the Moon and Welcome to New Las Vegas.
Yes, and the Halloween one, we have that one.
That's in here.
Yes.
That's one of the expansions.
Yes.
Welcome to the Moon and Welcome to New Las Vegas are entirely different games in the series.
Yeah.
All the like the spring, the summer, the Halloween, the Christmas, those are expansions in here.
Yes. What's your favorite expansion?
Expansion, it's the Doomsday one.
I forgot about that.
That's my favorite expansion. Not the zombie one, the Doomsday one. Yeah. Which is funny because there's Outbreak and Doomsday. Outbreak is zombies. I like that one, it's fine, but the Doomsday one's my favorite with the bunkers and the bullets and all that stuff. But my favorite game in this series is Welcome to New Las Vegas because I think it's...
that one was complicated.
I think it's the gamer version of this.
Sure.
Welcome to the Moon is more of a... I'm not going to call it a legacy game. It's more of a campaign, and it was enjoyable, but I actually didn't enjoy the fact that it was a whole new map, a whole new style of play every single time. So, like, I still enjoyed the game, but it's by far my least favorite. But for me, Welcome to New Las Vegas is my favorite. But I agree, for non-gamers, this is the best one.
What do you think my favorite expansion is?
Probably Christmas.
No.
Halloween?
I'm a Halloween girly.
Yeah, but I figured the Christmas lights would
that's
get
cute,
you because it's really cute.
Yeah, it is. But Welcome to that's still all-time favorite. We don't play it very often now. And I feel like we need to break it back.
It's probably our most played games together, though.
Probably.
Well, not counting like Werewolf or something, but like just us. I'd say this is our most played game together.
Yeah. This is like where I understood is like, games can be like really different. It's not just, like moving pieces on a board or like things like that. So, and it's just like a pad of paper.
Yeah, it's
a whole concept on a pad of paper.
And cards, yeah, it's flipping. For those of you who don't know, it's a flipping right. So, me and Scott have been in a debate about this here recently. Is flipping rights versus rolling rights? I very much prefer flipping rights because here's my quick little reasoning. with rolling rights, every single time you roll the die, it's completely random. It could be any faces on those die, right?
Yeah.
With a flipping right, you have a deck where there's at least a set percentage outcome of getting certain cards. So like if you have a deck of 50 cards and you flip the first one, yeah, you have a 1 in 50 chance of getting that. But now you know that card's been flipped. Now you have a 1 in 49, and you know that one's been flipped, 1 in 48. And you know, you can kind of understand like, okay, a lot of the blue cards have come out. I now know the red cards have a higher likelihood.
Change your strategy.
You can change your strategy. Whereas in a die, when you roll the die, every single time you roll that die, it could land on anything. So I prefer flipping rights to rolling rights. But yeah, so this is a flipping right, and I definitely prefer them to rolling rights.
Welcome to.
It's a good one. My number 9.
I was wondering why you didn't put it up.
Is Sky Team. I mean, everything we said. It's one of the best 2-player games there is. It's cooperative. The theme is really cool. And it also is a cooperative game where you can't, you didn't mention this, you can't be an alpha gamer. Like, I can't take over the game as the gamer husband and be like, no, you're going to do this.
You're going to be the co-pilot only.
Yeah. Like, you can only do half the game. Like, sure, during the planning phase, I can kind of lead and be like, yeah, we need to focus on this, this, and this. But then when you're actually playing your turns, you're not allowed to speak, and you can't guide the other person, so the other person gets to play the game. Because a lot of times what tends to happen with gamers and non-gamers, they get together and play a cooperative game, the gamer just takes over. Even if they don't mean to, it just kind of happens. So this one doesn't allow for that near as much, and it's 2 players, great theme. I think Sky Team is one of the first games I thought of for this list. It's all the way down at number 9 because I think the next 8 are either a combination of a better game or a better game for a non-gamer, if that makes sense. But this was definitely one of the first ones I thought of. So, I mean, number 9, number 10, there you go.
Makes sense.
First crossover, and we're only 2 numbers in.
Yeah.
We'll see how many crossovers we have. My guess is going to be 5.
You think so?
4 or 5. That gives them a total of 15 or 16 different games, so that's still pretty good. But I think 4 or 5 crossovers. I really do, because we've played. I don't think you've played a game that's a gamer game with anyone but me.
Yeah.
So like, unless you're about to throw Yahtzee on here, you played with your parents or something. Like I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 9, Sky Team. All right, so we're going to stop the video right here because I now have a merch shop. You can have things with my logo on it. It's crazy.
Our logo. I'm on this too.
I'm sorry. Our logo. She's the red one.
Me and my glasses.
Nerd. But yeah, we now have a merch shop, and I want to offer it to you guys. I tried to keep the prices as low as they possibly could be. We've got the t-shirt, of course. We've got mugs. We've got 2 different kinds of water bottles, insulated, not. This one's got a handle with the little straw that everybody loves. But we've got all of this on the shop. The link is in the description of all of my videos. I'm also going to pin it to the comment of this video right here. Gen Con will be here in just a couple of weeks. Be sure that you get your orders in now. I want to see some Travel the Board t-shirts walking around the convention center at Gen Con. If I find you while you're wearing a t-shirt, I will have a little small game gift for you. Just come up to me if you see me. Come say hi. Let's get a picture. I want all the pictures with you guys I possibly can. But go to the link in the description right now to pick up your Travel the Board merch. All right, number 8.
Number 8. Code names.
I mean, yeah.
We have, I think, like, the first time we played this is the last time I probably played this. Like, we played it a little bit together.
No, we played it when we moved in this house last year. Remember, we had the game night?
We did.
We did?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like it. It's simple. And also the little, like, the card that tells you, like, where everything is.
The map card or whatever.
Yeah, so it has a little bit of strategy to it, to me.
Yeah.
And you just have to kind of, like, there's a little strategy.
For me, this game has more stories than any game that we've ever played, I think. The number of stories, both between me and you, between me and other people, you and other people, this game has, every single time we play this game, a new story is made.
Yeah.
New jokes, new inside jokes, new things are happening. It's definitely one of the best games for our group we've ever played.
Yeah.
And this is also a perfect example of, the game for new gamers. a lot of the games that we're going to be putting on here are games that we've played together, like just
Yeah.
me and you. This is a game that obviously we played in groups. This is a game we play with other people. So like this isn't just a me and you game.
Yeah.
Like this is one of the number one games that me and Lucas crack jokes about because me and him have so many.
Day.
Yeah, to this day, we have so many jokes from this game together. So like I think this is a great entry for the list because this isn't just a game that we play together. This is a game we play with other people.
Yeah.
And another Spiel winner. I'm curious to see just how many Spiel winners you have on your list.
Don't even know.
Well, it's just because it's funny. So for people who don't know, the Spiel is one of the biggest rewards you can win in gaming, and there's 3 different ones. There's the Kinder, the Kenner, and the Spiel des Jahres. The Kinder is kids games. The Kenner is strategy, like heavy games. The Spiel des Jahres, which is what this wins, is for family way style games. So like, just to be honest, for new gamers and someone like you, those are more of the games that they tend to go towards, you know, SkyTeam, Codenames. So that's why I'm curious exactly how many Spiel winners that you would love, because they are the best game of the year for people who play this heavy of a game.
Okay.
So 2 for 3, right? Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because Welcome 2 didn't win it. But yeah, Codenames is a great pick.
Codenames.
My number 8 is a game I'm terrible at, and a game I've never won, and you've never lost.
I'm confused.
And you love, and I actually think, so Lauren has yet to give her actual like top 10 games of all time. I am going to have her do that towards the end of the year when I do my top 100. But I think this one's probably going to crack your top 10, if not crack your top 5. And it's a game we very, very recently played together.
Okay.
Dive.
This man is awful at this game.
I am terrible at Dive. So Dive, the way it works is that there are about 50 translucent sheets that have pictures of sharks and turtles and kelp and, you know, seaweed and different things like that on it. And they all stack together, and you have to guess how deep in the stack certain things are, because you can see them through each other, and you have to go, I think there's a shark 3 deep, I think there's a turtle 4 deep, etc., etc. I'm always off by 1 or 2 every time. Like, and the way it works too is that you have to gamble a certain amount deep, so you can't just guess 5 times and go, I got 3 out of 5 right. It's like, no, you have to get the first one right to be able to get the second one right, to be able to get the third one right. You have to be able to keep being right. So I would never be right past like 1 or 2. So it was always bad for me. It is a good game for non-gamers because this falls into a group of games that I would call an activity. Like, it's a game. I'm not putting the game down. I'm not saying it's not a game. But this is more of an activity game. And funny enough, I just joked about it a second ago. I view Yahtzee, it's a game, but it's an activity. You're having fun, you're just rolling some dice, you're slinging them around. That's how I view this one. You're joking around, you're looking down through the thing, you're trying to guess them. This is an activity game. There is strategy to it and like how you place your things. And especially if you add in the powers of the animals, which we did. Like you got the orca that does things, the octopus does things, the octopus, the squid. Like if you add in the animals that do extra things, then it definitely adds strategy. So it is a fun game, but it falls more in that activity world for me, and I did enjoy it even though I suck at it. But when it comes to playing with non-gamers, this is one that I would always crack out pretty soon because it gets people in the mood, I would say. Like, it's like, oh, I want to get you to play a heavier game, like a SkyTeam is slightly heavier. Be like, let's play SkyTeam, but hey, let's get in the mood first. Let's play this game.
Do you want to tell people why you're so bad at this?
Why am I so bad at this?
This man has no depth perception.
Depth perception.
I could tell when I was playing it, I was like, that shark is 3 cards deep. And he was saying like, oh, it's like the very next one, or it's 5 cards away. And we would like, do the things, pull the cards out. And he was like, how? How did you know it was? I was like, dude, it's clear as day. It was 3 deep. Every
single time I took one off, it would like change the way everything looked. And I would go,
I was wrong. I loved it.
The moment I removed one, I would look at my board of like the planned, because you plan the next 5 sheets.
Yeah.
I would look at my board and go, oh, there's not a single one right. They're all wrong. The moment I took the first one off, I would see the change. I go, there's not a single one that's right. Oh, and something that is the coolest about this game, I think. Generally, I think it's the best, well-designed piece about this game. Some of the translucent sheets have holes in them.
Oh, yeah.
So it also screws with your depth perception because, like, one of them literally has a giant hole in the middle. So, like, you have to...
So that one bottom makes it look like it's closer.
Yeah. So, and as far as a design aspect, I think that's that's the best design piece they did for this.
Yeah, makes it look like air bubbles, and yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's also an extremely gorgeous game. I mean, just look at it on here with the light and the mermaid going down, like the box art. Like, this is absolutely gorgeous game.
Yeah.
Like, that was actually one of the main reasons I bought this game, was just how pretty it was.
Yeah.
It also plays really quick, 30-ish minutes. Yeah. And like, once you know how to play, you can probably play it in 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun game though. Number 8, dive.
Number 7.
Number 7.
I don't know. I might surprise you on this one. It's photosynthesis.
I agree with you. This is a great beginner game.
Okay.
Here's the surprise. I don't remember playing this with you.
Okay, so we played this in Asheville at Well Played before they moved. When they were in the tiny little place in Asheville. I remember it specifically because, again, it blew my mind. We played this and he was like, you're going to love it. It's nature. It's photosynthesis. And we played it. We did, I promise.
Is this just like the time you thought I watched Knife Museum 2 with you? I didn't. And it was actually with your sister?
It's fine. No, we played it. When I played this, I was like, when I first heard, I was like, this is a board game about science
and
trees.
Shadows. The way shadows do
But then
trees.
I played it and it was beautiful, and it's like, you know, you go through your seasons and like all
sun moves around the board.
And it's like, oh, that's really like something when I think about board games too, because it is just not how my brain works. I'm like, how in the world do people think of the concepts enough? Like, okay, I can get a concept of photosynthesis, but then the concept of how do you make rules on like, oh yeah, now the sun's gonna move, and oh yeah, you have this component, and I was like, my mind's blown.
Yeah.
So we played this in the very tiny Well Played in Asheville before they moved to their new location.
Which their new location is awesome.
Yes.
So if you live near or around Asheville and you've not been to the Well Played Board Game Cafe, it is incredible,
awesome.
And you should go.
Yeah, I agree. Photosynthesis number 7.
I agree with something as well, because like Photosynthesis came out maybe a year or two after I got into the gaming space, so I was still relatively new to it. Because Photosynthesis at this point it's getting about 6-7 years old. And I remember when I first played it, it kind of blew my mind. Because, like, at that point, I had played a bunch of games, you know, like worker placement, you know, deck building, things like that. But this was one of the first, what I would call gimmick games that was like, oh, the sun's moving around and the trees are casting shadows. Ooh, it's like, yeah, there's like mechanics here, but it's like, this is completely new. Like, oh, like, what is happening here? So, like, yeah, this was completely innovative to me at the time as well. Obviously, now we've played so many games that are along this route or do similar-esque things, but at the time of this coming out, I would absolutely call it innovative for the time it came out.
I think I'm noticing something too. All of my games, some of them, I'm a very logical kind of girl, and this is science, and like there's like, okay, everything in this is happening. Same thing with, you know, I'm not like the most whimsical kind of person. So like playing a board game of like this, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I went to science class. I know how this works.
She's not
like
whimsical.
No, not really. I mean, I like dive, but you know, again, it's got your fish and your layers, and you know, it's
logical. It makes sense.
It's got logic to it.
Right, and then like Welcome to, it's literally put numbers in squares essentially.
Yeah.
Like Yeah. Hey, you're literally counting from left to right.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 7.
Another beautiful box too. Photosynthesis has a great box.
Yep.
All right. My number 7. Crossover.
Still in my games.
Codenames. Codenames. Vlade Chvátil. It's his magnum opus. This is as good as it gets. This is my team game. So you've seen one of my cooperative games, and now my team game. Okay. So there's one more cooperative game to come, and then the rest are all non-cooperative, non-team. So only one more. But for everything we say, Codenames is fantastic. It doesn't get much better as far as team games than this. There are some that's came out in the past few years that people really enjoy. Like you've got Just One. You've got Green Team Wins. There's been quite a few that's come out that like have done this space really well, but I feel like Codenames still reigns supreme. The theming is cool. I have the older version here. The new art style just came out this year, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm actually thinking of picking up a second Codenames. Not the same one, because like there's no point in having the same game, but I'm thinking about keeping this old version of Codenames and then buying like maybe Codenames Duet or something in the new version, just to have the new art and have a separate game as well, because the new art really is that good. they've also apparently updated the cards in it to have like new cards, balance it out more, because there are some cards that apparently were like just too close together and it was making the game difficult, so they kind of fixed that. Apparently CGE kind of put their heads down and really got Codenames even better. So, but Codenames number 7, fantastic pick, and if you're looking for a team party style game, it doesn't get much better than this. So there you go. And for non-gamers, I mean, it's a word game at its core. Yeah. Like, you don't need a ton of strategy. Like, there's strategy, but it's a word game at its core.
Yeah.
So, moving on. All right.
Number 6.
It's
another match.
Yeah, I mean, how did I know that you would pick the game that you're undefeated at?
I mean, it's never happened before, so, it has to make the list.
Yeah.
I remember you saying when you got it, because we don't have game days or nights very often between me and you, because it's just, I don't have the enjoyment like you do in playing.
It's not your thing.
Right. So when you said, I bought this game specifically with you in mind because I saw it and knew you would love it, I was like, well, I got to give it a try.
Yeah.
So you pulled it out and immediately I was like, look at the mermaid. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And of course, it kind of gives you Moana vibes a little bit.
Should I have said, let's play mermaids?
Yeah, I'll play mermaids with you. So we start playing it, and the second you brought out the transparent cards, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And then once you told me how the game works, I was like, that's genius. And then it got even better because this dude can't have depth perception with that. So, beautiful game, mermaids, fish, ocean, and he can't win. Win-win in my book. Maybe it should be number 1.
You give me a 4-hour game about running your own economy and creating your own empire. I got you. You want me to tell you how deep a fish is in the ocean? That's not for me!
It's beautiful. It, like, truly, like, the front of the box is beautiful. The components are, like, chef's kiss on that part of it.
Yeah. Completely have wrecked my box. Look how cheap it is. I completely wrecked my box. Anyway. What, number 6?
Yeah.
Alright, so my number 6, I'm going with a classic, because I feel like a bunch of the classics are meant to, be played with newer gamers, because like that one of the reasons they're so classic is they sold so well.
Sure.
Because you can play them with so many people.
Yeah.
This one is not one for you though. This is one that I think you've played once, and it's it's fine for you, but for most non-gamers, this game really sings. I'm not meaning to bring this up this list, but it's just happened naturally. This is Yahtzee Plus.
Okay.
King of Tokyo.
Okay.
I mean, King of Tokyo is one of the most classic play with non-gamers there is. Because if you decide you don't want to play with the power-up expansion and you just want to roll dice and smack each other, I even recommend only really doing that with kids. Because, like, it's so simple. You literally just roll the dice. Pow, I hit you. Pow, I hit you. Half the die faces don't even get used when you don't play with the power-up expansion, really. At least not as well as they could be. But you can play with the power-up expansions. It makes each of your monsters have their own powers, and it makes them that much better. You can include the cards, the power-up cards, and all of that. But like King of Tokyo, I mean, you roll dice, you hit each other, you have cool powers, you're big monsters. Who hasn't seen Godzilla and King Kong?
Yeah.
King of Tokyo is about as easy as it gets. Plus, it's Richard Garfield, and for those of you who don't do well with names, the creator of Magic the Gathering. Just saying. So I mean. It's King of Tokyo. What do you want from me?
Whimsical.
Yeah.
Seeing a pattern. It's, yeah.
Yeah. Lauren doesn't do whimsical.
No.
Yeah. King of Tokyo. It's one of the best you can play. And I have a first edition.
Ooh.
I love having this.
I think I have maybe only played it once. And I'll be honest, I don't know that I finished it.
Yeah. Well, we probably killed you really fast. we probably kicked you out.
I don't remember sitting at the table for the whole thing, so I was like, yeah, I'm out, bye.
Yeah. That is one thing about this game is I guess technically a player could just get up and leave because there's player elimination anyway. Yeah. You can just go, oh, they're eliminated.
I think that's probably what happened because we were at the old house at our first house when we played this, I think.
Yeah.
Number 5?
Number 5.
Okay. Parks. Again, I also have a theme. It's beautiful. Look how pretty.
It is.
We played this at, again, our old house. I remember sitting in your old game room, which had terrible lighting, and it was kind of hard to see.
It was so bad lighting
and it was terrible lighting before.
Compared to now, I have professional lighting for a studio.
Even before it was a game room, if it was a normal bedroom, it had terrible lighting.
The walls were brown too,
yes,
so yeah.
Yeah. I remember sitting down and playing this. Again, I think he came back and told me, like, I bought this game because, like, you and mine.
Funny enough, Scott technically bought this game because we bought it at Gen Con, and he owed me some money for just, like, renting the car or something, so I was like, just buy me a game instead.
Gotcha.
So
well, thanks, Scott.
So he actually bought, like, I told him to buy this, like, I wanted it, but, like, they had it for sale as, like, the big bundle with the expansion and the upgraded components and stuff, so he bought him one and me one and was like, here you go, this works.
Yeah. So I also remember we started playing the game. All of the like little cards have little facts on the bottom, and I love that. But I was driving I was driving myself crazy too, because like I couldn't pull a card out without having to read it because I wanted to know what it said, and like we were hindering the gameplay going. I was like, wait, I need to know what this buffalo does. Like, what do you mean? Where does he live? What does he eat?
If it tells you how much Lauren loves this game, she has bought me on 2 different Christmases upgrades for this game to go in the box that I didn't ask for or even knew existed. She was just like, here, open this one. I'm like, oh, it's little fireplaces or fire pits. What's this for? She's like, that's for parks. She gets me a little camera that works. It does little flashes and sounds. And she's like, what's that for? I'm like, what's that for? She's like, it's for parks.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, is this the first player marker? Is that all it does? I'm like, yep. Click, 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 click.
It's really cute. It flashes
really cute.
too.
It does. It makes sounds.
Yeah. But this game is beautiful. Again, very logical. Very, I think I didn't realize I had a pattern until just right now. But yeah, this is a great game. I loved it.
2 things on Parks real quick. 1, look how beautiful this art is. Now, pause the video, go look at the new edition that just came out a couple months ago. Write an angry worded letter to them to go back to this.
It's not good?
Let's phrase it like this. If it had been the original art that came out, like we never knew this existed, you'd have been like, oh yeah, that's pretty, that's cool. But because we know this is a thing.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, you have the face of it, and then like, look at the side of that with the little bears. It's cute.
It's so
you have
pretty.
a little waterfall on this side. You have a deer right here, and then like the Grand Canyon right here. Like, that's just so cool.
I'll actually hold my tongue just a little bit because I actually do know the backstory as to why they changed the art, and some stuff happened. We'll just say that. But first edition Parks art so much better in my opinion. Next though, I don't know if I would play this with a brand new gamer.
Okay.
I think it's got a little much going on.
Okay. Maybe it's just if I'm not reading, I'm out in the sun somewhere.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I agree for you specifically, the theme fits. I think this one has a little too much going on to play with a brand new gamer. I think the rule book's just a tiny bit thick.
Well, I know I didn't win.
Yeah. Now, Trails, the smaller version of Parks, me and Scott actually just played it again. I played it again with him at Origins. I would play Trails with a new gamer. Okay. Maybe not Parks.
Have we played Trails?
Yes, you like Parks way better.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, I mean you're the non-gamer here, so but I think for you were really just captivated by the theme and the cards and like the facts and stuff. But when you break it down to actual gameplay, I think it might be a little too heavy.
Support your national parks.
That's a good one. This box is heavy from all the upgrades I have in here. This box is heavy. We also got all the upgrades from Gen Con. Yeah. It says big. All right, my number 5, right? I bought, again, you're going to hear a recurring theme from me. I bought at Gen Con. I bought this one at Gen Con, even though this is an old game. And now there's an even newer one out now because the licensing was sold to Stonemaier. I've not got to play the Stonemaier edition yet. And I've only played the original edition, which I think was from Pegasus Spiel, off the top of my head games. But...
Oh, yeah.
Tokaido! I have the Big Daddy Mega Edition. This is just the box lid because it's a huge game. With all the expansions, with the minis, with the soundtrack you can play in the background, every upgraded component, because Tokaido is a beautiful game. Like, there is no way to describe this game better than just elegant. The entire game, you are doing nothing but taking a trip along the, forgive me, I'm terrible when it comes to this type of thing. It's the path in Japan that goes from, I believe, from Tokaido to, what's their capital? Anyway, you're taking the trip in Japan. Like, you're actually, it's like an actual thing in Japan.
Like a pilgrimage.
Yeah, it's like a pilgrimage. You're taking the trip in Japan, and along the way, you're eating food, you're buying souvenirs, you're going to hot springs, you're painting art, and like, the gameplay is just so simple. You just go a certain amount of steps forwards that you want. You do the thing. The next person goes. Next person goes. It's really simple, but the actual strategy behind it can be really fun. And like it's just really for me. It's one of the games I love to just sit and talk during.
We also played this at Well Played in Nashville.
Yes, we did. Yep. Oh, and it was hard to play there too because
we had a smaller table.
Well, we had a smaller table, and this game takes up a good amount of space.
Yeah.
And we actually haven't even had the chance to play my deluxe edition yet, but we need to. Tokaido Duo is actually a game that me and Scott really enjoy at 2 players. It's a little bit heavier of a game than the base version, but Tokaido is a fantastic, elegant, beautiful game. And if you want a game that you can just sit there and play while also just kind of talking at the end of a day or just enjoying each other's like company, Tokaido is the way to do it.
Nice.
I love Tokaido. Tokaido Duo is Tokaido is on my top 100. I can't remember where it landed last year. I want to say it was somewhere in like the 40s or 50s or something like that. I will go ahead and give you a spoiler for the top 100 later this year. I like Tokaido Duo better.
Exclusive.
I like Tokaido Duo better. It's really good. I really enjoy the way the dice works.
Yeah.
And in this one, you are only taking one person on their pilgrimage. Okay. In Tokaido Duo, you are taking 3 different types of people around an island, and they're traveling in different ways and doing different things, and it really adds to the strategy of it. And I really enjoy Tokaido Duo.
Okay.
All right, number 4.
Number 4. I think this one might surprise you.
Okay.
I don't think you would have guessed that I would have said it.
I wasn't expecting parks, so
really?
Or photosynthesis, so.
Okay.
You've already surprised me a little bit.
I'm really bad at this game. But I have fond memories. You're surprised?
Couple of things. One, Capstone Games, bravo to you. Over the past couple of years, you've been killing it. Capstone Games was fantastic at Origins. I'm so excited to play Galileo Galilei. So Capstone, yes, absolutely doing your thing. Watergate's a fantastic game. It's one of the best 2-player games out there, in my opinion. Absolutely fantastic. This game is also a little deceiving because, in my opinion, this is a card game. It has a board, it has pieces, you're doing things. All that matters is your 2 decks. And how you play them, the order you play them in.
Sure.
This is at its core, this is a card game. The theme is off-putting for a lot of people.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, the theme scares them away. They're like, nope, don't want to do that. But for some people, it absolutely draws them in. Which for you it was. For Lucas, he loves it for the theme. For me, the theme wasn't a huge thing for me, but it was the gameplay. This is also like my top 50 of all time. I love this game. Oof. For new gamers, though, I don't know.
It's not new gamers, right? It's non-gamers.
Non-gamers. Well, non-gamers are kind of new gamers.
I'm not new, but I'm a non-gamer.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I have fond memories of, I want to say this was in 2020, when the world was actually shut down. We couldn't go to the grocery store, you know, all the things. And within that first week, we had built 4 puzzles. We had bought I had bought a Nintendo Switch and was playing Animal Crossing. I had bought a paint by number, and this dude was playing 50 games a day and just grabbing me like, please play with me. I'm so bored. And this was one of the games that we played, and it kind of stuck because it is like a political kind of, you got to kind of think through things. And I remember we played this like 5 times in a row because we played it first, and this dude's mind turned on, and he was like, I need to play again right now, and I'm changing my strategy. And I'm like, okay.
Well, plus you can play both sides. There's 2 different sides.
And we did that. So you played, I think, the first and second time as on the same side, and then the third time you're like, I'm switching.
Because on one side you play the Nixon administration, on the other side you play the journalists who uncover everything.
Yeah.
It's, you know what, you've won me over because you've got me thinking about it now. I've played this game, I think, with 6 or 7 different people. It's never gone bad. And I've played with gamers and non-gamers. This game has gone over well every single time. I've played, I know for a fact, with at least 2 different people that the theme turned them off.
Sure.
And they still enjoyed the game.
Enjoyed it, yeah.
You actually want me. I didn't think about this because when I think about the game, I tend to immediately go to the theme, and I go, that's a bit of a heavy theme.
Sure.
But I've played this with a ton of people, and it's never gone bad at all. I've actually upgraded all the components in here. I've got the nice acrylic, plastic, nice pieces that I always say they give that nice click-clack.
Yeah.
The little clicky-clacky. So yeah, you won me over on this, because that's actually a really good pick when I think about it. Just the number of times it's gone smoothly.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
It's
that's
also,
a good pick.
it's stuck in my brain because of the 2020 COVID trauma. It's like, oh yeah, we played this game 5 times in our kitchen when the world was shut down.
I'll say this too, because you're saying that. This is 100%. This is 100% truth. I swear to you. every person I've played this with, like I said, it's been 6 or 7 people. They've never not asked to play again. They've almost every single one either said...
Did they ask to play again to change their strategy or change their side?
Both. So some people want to play the other side, and some people just go, oh, I get it now. I want to play it again.
Yeah.
I actually think I've never played this game just once, like in a night. I think I've always played this at least twice because everyone wants to play it again. That's a great choice.
You're welcome.
That genuinely is. I'm impressed on that. That's a good pick.
That's a big
really
compliment.
Good pick. It's just I feel like this crossed my mind and I immediately wiped it away because of the theme. I didn't think about how well it's worked every time I've ever played it. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. All right, my number 4. It's back. Welcome to. It's when I think of our game, it's this. Like when I think of us as a couple, a game, it's this game. Like we've got tons of games we've played together plenty of times. Funny enough, because we're talking about good games for non-gamers, here's a terrible game for non-gamers, but one that me and you love to play together, Raiders of the North Sea.
Yes.
We love to play that. But that's definitely...
I almost picked that.
That is not a non-gamer game. That is not a non-gamer game. But... when I think about us game, it's Welcome To. We played this so much. We played every expansion. We played the follow-up games. We played most of Welcome to the Moon. I think we didn't do the last mission or two. Yeah. But yeah, Welcome To is a fantastic game. It's my top 100. A lot of people tend to ask me questions about some games that make it because I love the big games, obviously. I've got Twilight Imperium on there. I've got Scythe on there. I've got the big days on there. I've got the big staples like Wingspan on there. I've got the more eclectic, crazy games on there like, Letters from Whitechapel, things like that. But the ones that people ask me the most about on like my top 100 or like my top 10 list are the simple games that's like, you're a gamer, how can you like that game, you know? Yeah. And I'm like...
sometimes you just gotta go to the basics.
Well, it's not just that. It's like, it's a good game. It's well designed. The strategy of it makes sense. The mechanics are smooth. The theme is nice. Welcome To just kind of blends into this nice little thing that I'm just like, I love just flipping the card. And like, it's funny because you see 2 different styles of play.
Yeah.
She just goes, there. And I'm like, okay, all right, so...
no.
Okay, I've got this number... What? Okay, and I'm over here like strategizing every single row.
I disagree. On yours, yes, like you will pick multiple strategies and like, okay, I'm going to do swimming pools, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm like, I can't keep all that in my brain. I'm going to pick one strategy. I'm going to pick pools only, and I forget about every other strategy because it just doesn't. It's not in there. Yeah. And then by the end of it, I have won this game multiple times. I'll say that. But when I look up at the end, it's like, oh yeah, there's fences. I forgot about that. And he's over here. He's got pools, fences.
No, there's like the bonus scoring opportunities and the objectives and things like that. Yeah. But I mean, Welcome to Your Perfect Home is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So, trying to think. So for anybody who's curious, because the mega fans out there may be curious, we have not played any of the print and play expansions though. I've never been into print and play. It's not been my thing. One day soon I might get into it. Scott's starting to dabble in it a little bit, so I may start to get there because I know that the one I've always been interested in, somebody made like a print and play like Rubber Ducky expansion. And yeah, it's really cute. Cute. But we've only ever played the actual like mainstream expansions, but print and plays might be coming down the road.
Okay.
But Welcome To.
Number 4. Number 3.
Number 3. That box has seen better days too. Did you see the? Did you see the corners and stuff?
Well, this man outed me because I can't remember the rules. But my number 3 is Ticket to Ride.
The number of times I have been asked, I want to claim this 4 blue route. How do I do that? You need 4 blue cards. Okay, and then what do? You claim the route with the 4 blue cards. The number of times that conversation's been had is insane.
I love the theme. It's really simple. You could play it with kids. You know, I mean, we don't have kids, but you could if you had them.
Well, the kind of the running thing that's been said in the community over the past few years is like, when we were kids, in Grandma's closet was Yahtzee and Monopoly. When we're grandparents, in our closet will be Ticket to Ride and Catan, right? So like Ticket to Ride has definitely fell into an evergreen.
Yeah. So I like it. And to what he's saying as well is, you know, you get your cards, you find your route, all the stuff. My card is here the entire time because if I put it down, it's out of my mind because I'm like, I'm supposed to go from Charleston to where, or you know, whatever. And I'm like, what color? What route am I doing? Like can't, like, so it is that spatial awareness or whatever it is where it's like, with babies, if it like gets out of sight, it's like non-existent anymore. That's how I am with my cards on this.
So in this game, your routes are secret.
I know. I give it away.
Her routes are not secret.
Because I have to ask sometimes. But I like it. So again, another story.
She'll literally look at me and be like, where's Omaha? Or whatever. And I'll point to Omaha.
You're not wrong. Another really cute story is he hadn't even bought his first game yet. He had started watching YouTube videos on like board games and stuff.
Tabletop, Will Wheaton.
Yes. So this store's not even open anymore where we live, but it was a game store. It had video games and like a little section for this. And they had like a little card table where you could like demo maybe 2 to 3 games. And this was one of them. And he was like, I've watched a YouTube video on this. Let's play this. And I'm like, okay. And we sat down in the store, like I said, that is no longer open. And we played this. And I was like, oh, that was cute. And that was like 2018, 2019, Corey.
Yeah.
It was
like 2018. Yeah, it was like 2018.
Yeah. So Ticket to Ride. I will say too, you can't see it. Ticket to Ride Legacy, something with us. We have, I don't think it's ever going to change. We have the reputation of we will start Legacy games. We have never once finished one of them.
We have one game left in Charterstone.
We ain't ever going to finish it. But we started Ticket to Ride Legacy.
It's like we don't enjoy them. I don't want that to come across wrong. We love them. We just can't do it.
We're really busy people.
We can't do it.
But we started it. And I don't know, the Western theme kind of was like, I'm not really loving the Western theme. But I love Legacy games. We did start it. We didn't finish it. But like Ticket to Ride Legacy is good too.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really enjoyable. And like it had just enough of those like discovery moments to feel the legacy, but the story was
I didn't like the Western, which it makes sense. You're going.
I mean, the story was kind of lost on me, but the actual discovery aspect, which is why most people play legacy games, I felt like was there. The discovery was there, but the story was a little lost on me. I
can't remember how to play Ticket to Ride, but it is my number 3.
Yep. All right, my number 3.
I'm nervous.
All right. This is, Scott would have this as number 1, I would argue.
Okay.
Maybe number 2, because actually I think me and him might share number 1s. But anyway, do you know people who enjoy Star Wars? Do you know people who enjoy Marvel? What about Disney? How about everyone on the planet, right? I picked Disney Villainous, but if you want to pick Star Wars or Marvel Villainous, go for it. This is such a fantastic series for non-gamers. You literally, let me explain this to you. You go, hey Lauren, who's your favorite Disney villain?
Yeah.
Davy Jones? Cool. The new expansion comes out at Gen Con. I'll be buying it. I hand you the Davy Jones character.
Wait, no, like legit?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
I told you
this.
Okay,
you have to get it.
Yeah, it's got Davy Jones and Tamatoa from Moana.
I'm obsessed with Pirates of the Caribbean, so I'm really excited.
It's got the live action pictures too.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I hand her the Davy Jones character. It has the board for Davy Jones. It has the little character for Davy Jones. It has a little booklet.
Yeah.
That's like 3 little pages long that goes, here's how to play. I don't even have to teach the game. She reads a little booklet that takes her all of 3 minutes and she knows how to play. And she gets to go, ooh, this makes sense. Davy Jones is going to go to the ship and do this. I'm going to go here and do this. Oh no, you sent Jack Sparrow after me? All this logic is certainly logicking here. Like, Villainous is the perfect game for non-gamers, in my opinion. I almost made it my number 1, but my number 1 and 2, I'll explain why when we get there. But, like, my 1 through 3, we're literally battling it out for the top spot.
Okay. Non-gamers, sure. Let me tell you about Miss Lauren, though. I'm not a fan of Villainous, because it is too complicated. That 3-page booklet, too much. I can't remember it. I can't play the game while staring at the booklet. And I'll ask him. We don't play Villainous anymore because I don't enjoy it. And it's whimsical.
Yeah.
But because it's like, okay, you can do 1 of 3 things. But if this person steps in, null and void. Well, I can't remember that. I love all the character options you do because I'm super excited to hear Pirates of the Caribbean, but I'm also a huge Star Wars fan. And playing Darth Vader was, really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, but Villainous for me does not compute. Cool theme though.
This is top 10 games to play with non-gamers, not top 10 games to play with this.
With me.
This was almost my number one. I thought hard about it. Well, because it's not just Disney. You've got Star Wars and Marvel, like, and
you can find a fan for anyone.
Well, it's not just that. It's so simple to just sit down, because like a lot of times when you play a game, you'll be like, okay, you have different factions, right? Do you like to play with cards? Do you want to do a dice thing? Do you want to do this? What do you like to play? No, I sit down and go, who's your favorite Disney villain? You know what I mean? And you go, Lotso. I love Toy Story. You know what I mean? Yeah. You give them Lotso, and you just move on. Also, if Lotso's your favorite villain, you okay? Okay. You feeling all right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's my number 3.
Okay.
All right, the penultimate game.
Number 2.
Yes, that's what that means.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Fire Tower. And I love the theme. I thought it was...
Yes.
What? You're surprised?
I'm very surprised.
Really?
I was shocked.
I love this game.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the theme. It's pretty too. I like
very
all
pretty.
the little things. Yeah.
I literally, at my first Gen Con in 2019, did a double take and ran back to this was the first time, okay, so there's a funny thing that I've said on this channel multiple times, where I go to like Gen Con or conventions and stuff, and I walk up to the table and I'm like, I want it all. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, this game?
Give me everything.
All of it. This is the first game I ever did it to.
Oh, okay.
I walked up to the people at the fire tower.
Yeah.
They had this like bowl with all the little like orange fire pieces in it, and they had like lights going through it to like really show it off. And I was like...
They got you with the lights.
Well, it wasn't just that. I was just like, I looked at the game, I looked at the board, I looked at the way it played. I was like, whatever you could give.
Yeah. I love this game. It's really fun. We've played it a couple of times. Mm-hmm. And
I played it so much.
Logical, nature. I like it.
Yeah.
Number 2. It's simple.
It's one of my most played games of all time. Like, not just with you, I played this with everybody because everybody enjoys this game. And this game has gotten a lot of hype. I mean, it's in Walmart now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like this, and like I really respect the fact that this game did so well, especially to get in places like Walmart, because this came from a small indie studio.
Really?
This did not come from Asmodee or Simon or whatever, right? This came from a small indie studio. I believe, I don't want to be incorrect here, but I believe at Gen Con 2019 when I bought it, it was the only game they had. Like, it was the first game they'd ever made, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I think I'm right. But it's a small studio, and they're in Walmart, and they're killing it, and it's and the components are so well made, very well made. I love this game. It fits in the category that for non-gamers, I think the only reason I would disagree slightly, not heavily, but slightly for non-gamers, is it's a combative game.
Okay.
A lot of non-gamers don't like to play combative games because they're like, quit picking on me, quit attacking me, quit, you know, that's why cooperative games do so well is because they're not being attacked, right? It's like, ooh, I can out-strategy you and just beat you, right? So that's the only reason I would push back a little is it's a very combative, I mean, the entire point of the game is to burn the other people's fire towers. Like, it's a very combative game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm shocked. I didn't realize you liked this much.
So it shocked you with Watergate and Fire Tower.
Watergate, you shocked me because it was a great pick that, like, I didn't think about properly, and you thought about it the correct way. This one's just a pure shock.
Okay. Number 2.
Yep. All right, my number 2. We've not yet had my final cooperative game, but here it is. I'm not going to gas it up and pretend like I'm some special person for picking this game.
Okay.
It's freaking Pandemic. I mean, what? It's Pandemic. It's the cooperative game. The cooperative game. Everyone's played it. There's a million different versions. There's literally just coming out this year that I will be buying within the next 3 weeks. A Pandemic Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I've actually watched some of the reviews, and apparently the Pandemic piece of it is like the last piece of it. It's more of a Lord of the Rings game, and the Pandemic is kind of like sprinkled in there. But still, I'm excited. Like, there's literally Pandemic. Anyway. The Pandemic, it's the game. The theme is really what pushes it through. Like, the gameplay's fantastic. The way the game has been made has been duplicated and redone so many times at this point because it was done so well. Matt Leacock really kind of just stapled his name to board gaming for the rest of his life by making this game. But for me, the reason it did so well especially is it's the theme. People love the theme. They love the diseases. And this was pre-2020 when this was popular. Sure. Obviously, this got even more.
How did the sales go in 2020?
Really well. Really well. Really well. Yeah. But anyway, it's Pandemic. I'm not going to harp on it. It's Pandemic.
Nice.
Number ones.
To number one.
All right, wrap it up with our number ones. This list has been really interesting because, like I said, we've probably given them. I think we've had 4 or 5 crossovers. Like I said, we've given them 15 or 16 games here. It's obviously very dependent on the people you play with, obviously, because, I mean, just for example, go back to, I think Parks is too heavy.
Okay.
But it's not too heavy for you.
Yeah.
And you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Even though you're a typically non-heavy gamer.
Yeah.
But for someone else out there who doesn't love the nature theming, they may only see the mechanics and go, I don't know about it. So it's obviously dependent upon the person, but, like, that's why I think I tried to give much more, like, what I would call broad view. You gave more your view, which is the whole point. You're getting both sides here. But yeah, it's a very interesting list to think of because, like, I feel like as the gamer husband in this relationship, we are constantly purposefully trying to find games to play with you because we want to play games with you because it's what we love and we want to spend time with you.
Yeah.
So it's like an ever constant fight that us as gamers are having to do is to try and find games that you will enjoy so that we can spend time with you doing what we enjoy.
Well, here's your YouTube video on a list.
All right, so if I wanted to play a game with you, your number one would be?
No surprise here is Pandemic. A little fun fact about me, I love zombies. I love the end of the world stuff. My favorite, like, obviously, The Walking Dead, love that show, but it's not necessarily, like, the zombie piece of it. It's the downfall part, like World War.
Well, especially because there's no zombies in this game, but there's 4 diseases, and every single time you play this game, you pick one to be the zombie virus.
Yeah.
Because you always go like, all right, that's swine flu, that's bird flu, that's Ebola.
Yeah. But, like, World War Z, I could care less about the science. I love, like, the parts of the shows and the movies of, like, the downfall and the chaos and stuff. And this, like, really, it's kind of like, oh, crap, you know, there's another country that's just, you know, an outbreak's happened and stuff. And we have played a lot of versions. We played, what's the really fast version that we were like, this is not for us?
Oh, Rapid Response.
It was insane.
Well, it's a real-time game.
Yeah.
It's a real-time game.
And we kind of just sat there because we played it for the first time. We're like, how do you even play this?
Yeah.
Like, it's so fast.
It's crazy.
And we started Pandemic Legacy. We didn't finish it.
Twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we loved it. We just can't finish it.
I love Pandemic. And I get that, you know, it might be a more boring game for, like, actual gamers, but
I don't think it's that. I really don't because because the Pandemic system, the whole shuffling of the deck with the cards a certain amount deep, like, it works well. I don't think it's that. I think it's that for us gamers, we're pandemic'd out.
Sure.
We've played Pandemic so insanely much. Like, I think we're just kind of pandemic'd out. Like,
I get that.
I enjoy Pandemic, but I'm never reaching for it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's outdated. Like, a lot of games this old you would call outdated. You'd be like, oh, it's been out so long. There's better games that do it better. I actually don't think there's really games that do it better. I think Pandemic does it. Pandemic does what it's trying to do perfectly.
Okay.
I'm just kind of done with it. I'm
Done
just done with it. Sure, if we wanted to bust it out once every 2 years or so and just be like, sure, let's play it, I'd be like, all right, yeah, sure, whatever. But, like, I'm never reaching for it now. That's my issue. Unless I'm playing with non-gamers, I agree. It was my number 2. If I'm playing with non-gamers, I'll be like, yeah, hey, what about this, right? But I'm also, I tend to kind of mix it up too because another one in this fashion is like Flashpoint Fire Rescue. If I don't want to play Pandemic, I may grab Flashpoint or something like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a great pick, obviously. It's my number 2. It's fantastic. It's perfect. But for, you know, gamers, I think we've seen what it has to offer us.
Yeah. Well, perfect for non-gamers and perfect for me thematically because I love zombies and the end of the world chaos, and this is in a game form. My favorite, number 1.
My number 1. I hate giving Scott his flowers. I hate ever being
Why?
like, I just do because like it's a competitive thing. Me and him both. It's just I don't want him to win. He doesn't want me to win. I hate to give him his flowers. But Scott's favorite game of all time is the best game of all time to play with non-gamers.
Okay.
Dixit. Dixit is by far the best game to ever play with non-gamers. It's not even close in my opinion. Like, I consider Villainous, I consider Pandemic. They were both great picks. And remember I told you my 1 through 3 were kind of fighting, but then I got to thinking about Dixit and I was like, it's Dixit. It is. You've got some of the most beautiful cards in gaming with some of the most wacky Alice in Wonderland, and I know what you're about to say, whimsical, but it's got the most wacky Alice in Wonderland art on it that you'd ever see, and the whole point is it's basically a personality test, essentially, where you're just throwing cards out there, saying a phrase and going, who at this table understands me? You know what I mean? And it's like, who knows you best? But then if you play with strangers, which I have, it's like Scott has said it, it's the quickest way to learn about people, to see how they think, to see how you, and like get to know each other. It's like, this is an icebreaker in a way. It's like, oh, you're meeting new people, let's play Dixit. And all of a sudden we're going to be laughing and being like, how do you compare this to that? And like, it's a wonderful way to get to know people and meet them, and it's Dixit. Like, if you've not played Dixit, just move rock, crawl out from under.
Have I played this game? I don't think I have.
Maybe not. You would love this game.
Next game time.
Yeah, you would love Dixit. Have I really not got you play Dixit?
Game. No, you pulled it out and I was like, I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay, well, this is by far the best game to play with non-gamers,
okay.
like by a mile, in my opinion. Yeah, like, so I say the top three were battling. It was more like entering villainous, entering pandemic, pow, pow, pow. Dixit just crushes them both.
Okay.
Like, Dixit is, it's like, okay. Yeah. Non-gamers, right here. All right, and that's our top 10 games to play with non-gamers, coming from both a gamer and a non-gamer. The ones that I've had success playing with and the games that she's had success playing. So let us know in the comments, what games have you had the most success playing with your non-gamer friends, spouse, significant other, parents, whatever. What games do you think would fit but you're not so sure about? Ask about. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Lauren's first game video on the channel. Like, she's been part of the vlogs and stuff, but this is her first time talking about games on the channel.
I was nervous.
Nervous?
I was nervy.
Yeah. Do you feel like you could do your own video about board games now?
In what like top 10 games or what?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're doing that. That's coming. That will be coming before the end of the year.
I could do top 10 books.
Yeah. We're doing. If this was a book channel, she would be all about it. Book.
I'd be the face of the channel.
Yeah, books not for me. Books not for me.
No.
All the books I enjoy are from when I was a teenager. I still read them to this day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe down below. We've got plenty more coming. Gen Con will be here before we know it. I've got all kinds of content planned for you guys. Anything you want to see in the future, be sure to comment below. But thanks for joining me for this one. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye!